Hey guys, it's Arvit here with Essetino Artists, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make your media kit. Now this is particularly a media kit for bloggers, so you could be blogging about your passion, your dreams. It could be food, fashion, makeup, design, writing, whatever it is. If you have this media kit for your blog, this is something that could be a tool to bring in potential sponsors so you can start generating income from your blog. So I'm going to share with you the different elements of a blog, what you should have, or different elements of a media kit, what you should have in your media kit. And I'm going to be using this template as an example. Now you can get this template and insert all of your information yourself. I'll share a little bit about that at the end of the video, but let's get started. So at the very top, you want to have your logo. So this will be your blog logo, and if you don't have a logo, that's fine. You can just use your blog header over here. Next, it's good to include a sentence like this that says, "Thank you for your interest in your blog name," just to create an inviting, friendly sentence. And along with that, make sure you have a really good headshot of yourself, of the blogger. So make it inviting, make it friendly, make sure you can see your face and it's not from afar. That's really, really important. So in this first section here, this is going to be all about your blog and yourself. So you want to make this little blurb here an introduction to yourself and your blog. You know, tell people the story behind your blog. Why did you even start it? And what is the theme of your blog? What do you blog about? What are some topics that you talk about? And who are your readers? Give your potential sponsors some insight into really understanding the personality, the brand, why your blog even exists. And I've included some sentences here on the template to kind of jog some ideas that will help you decide what to write. This is the first thing that your potential sponsors will see on your media kit, so make it count. Make sure you put some effort into writing this part here. So I'm just going to scroll down. In the next section, we will have some statistics. So these will be numbers, your social media numbers, your blog numbers, to let sponsors know that there's traffic, you have a following, and that that their advertising dollars is a good investment with you. So at the top here, you can include your own social media icons. I've just put these ones here. This one is obviously for your blog, so the number associated here will be the number of subscribers to your blog. And you can put the number and the plus sign after it because your following is always growing on Facebook, your following is always growing on Instagram, etc. Now, if you don't have, if there's a particular social media site, like if you have 23 Twitter followers, that might not make the cut, you know, might not be a good idea to include that. So just X that out. Just don't even include it. Any sort of numbers that you feel uncomfortable about sharing, leave it out. It's totally fine to leave it out. The next section here is your site stats. So make sure you're using Google Analytics to gauge the number of viewers that you are getting to your blog. Some essential stats to have are the monthly page views, the monthly unique visitors that you get, and the number of subscribers that you get. Make sure that you also include the month and the year underneath the site stats header to let them know that these statistics are current. It should be within 3 months. It should not be longer than 3 months. So if you're sending out your media kit, right now we're in November, so let's say you're sending out your media kit in November, it really shouldn't be a month from the spring, like March. It should be at least within the end of summer or fall so that it stays current. And it should, because these stats always change, they change constantly. So it's really important to keep this media kit current. Your demographics are numbers that are reflective of who your readers are. So some ideas here are including a percentage of how many of your readers are female versus male, the average age of your readers, and also what locations they are. Are your readers mostly in the US or are they international? you can include this here as well. And again, as of month, year, date, make sure it's current. So towards the end of the first page here, you want to include some post features from your blog. It could be your most popular posts. It could be your posts that have the most engagement on them, perhaps. Just basically choose five, at most, 5 posts to feature here. Put little pictures of each of them and the title of the post, and make sure it's linked to that post on your blog. This will give potential sponsors an idea of what sort of topics you create and also what your readers engage with most. So that is the end of the first page. Now, it's really good to keep your media kit, particularly for bloggers, not more than 2 pages. You know, you don't want to make this like a 9th grade history paper. You want it to be a high quality designed, professional looking media kit, and also the most important is also the content, to make sure that it communicates to your potential sponsor the value that you have to offer. So on the second page, you want to include the services you offer. So what types of things do you offer your potential sponsors? Do you do product reviews? Will you do giveaways? Do you want to do social media promotions for them, or is it just ads on your blog that you're looking to secure? Include all of your services offered on the second page, and prices as well are very important. And you can include a little blurb about what that offering is and what's included in your product review, what's included in a social media promotion, and write a little blurb about each of those here. And so the next part here is your previous partners or features. So these are going to be company or brand logos that you're going to put here and link to their sites as well. And these are, you know, previous sponsors that you have secured, or maybe there are other blogs or other companies that have featured your blog. You can put that in here too. They're all they're all partners and features, other companies that you've worked with, basically. So it's good to include their logos here. And if there are notably more popular companies that you've worked with, make sure that those logos are on your media kit. You don't have to include this many, it's just to show you an example here. So the next part here are testimonials. So you can talk all day long about how extravagant and amazing your blog is, but by having other people talk about how great your blog is even more valuable to a potential sponsor. So testimonials aren't going to be something that will definitely secure a sponsor right off the bat, but it will be something that will push them in that direction if they're not exactly sure whether they want to work with you or not. So make sure you get really great testimonials. Maybe it's from your partners that you've worked with in the past, potential sponsors that you've worked with in the past, or maybe it's from sites and companies that have featured your blog. Just and if you don't have any testimonials, just get out there and start asking. You know, it's really important to start gathering those testimonials and including them on your media kit and even on your website as well. So this right here is that section, and at the very bottom you want to include a section here that's your call to action. So your potential sponsor has read through all of this stuff in your media kit and now ready to get started. Tell them exactly what is the next step that they need to do to work with you. Do they need to call your number? Do they need to email you? Do they need to go to a particular form on your website? So you can include that information here and link to your email address, your website. Now at the very bottom here, I've included a section that is kind of like the fine print, but very important print, smaller print. These are your sponsorship policies and your payment policies. So these are things that you need to include on your media kit to kind of weave out anybody that you do not want to work with. Trust me, it will save you time. If you don't have this policy section here and you have so many people contacting you, it might turn out to not be a great partnership if they don't understand what your expectations are, in addition to their own expectations for what value you have to offer. So sponsorship and payment policies, for example, could be like, is payment required within a certain time period? And how do they start working with you? If they want you to do a product review, do they have to send a sample? What types of images do you accept? These types of things. So make sure you include that in this section right here. So those are the most important elements to include in your media kit. This is just one template here that I've shared with you, but I do have, I have different colored templates. It's the same thing, they just come in different colors. I'm going to include a link in the description down below so that you can get one of these templates for $5. And if you need any help at all, please feel free to leave me a question in the comments down below. I'm happy to help. If you like this video, please subscribe and like this video. We release biz tips and social media tips every Tuesdays, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.